D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to Marlowe's Corner, Trey X, the whole block fam. So Anthony Joshua took his first professional L against Andy Ruiz. Big shout out to Andy Ruiz. Much respect, big salute. First heavyweight champion of Mexican descent. Also the second U.S. heavyweight champion since Charles Martin, and the third since Deontay Wilder and Charles Martin. So, and he's bringing all three of the other major belts to the U.S. So much respect to him for that. Right away in the fight, Anthony Joshua was on his back foot, backpedaling, trying to stay out of harm's way, and really just letting Ruiz take the play away from him. Really just trying to let Ruiz take the play away from him from the opening, from the opening bell. And AJ, he stepped to Ruiz. I think it was a early in third round. He stepped to Ruiz, and Ruiz got a little, too close, got caught, in mid range, and AJ dropped him. And it was a beautiful knockdown. It was kind of a flash knockdown. Ruiz just sat there, made sure he was clear-headed, which was very, I have to show a great deal of appreciation and respect for him having the sensibility to sit there and collect himself, because this is a man who said he's never been knocked down as a professional or as an amateur. And a lot of times when a guy's never been knocked down, they don't know how to respond to being knocked down, and they get up too fast. And they haven't cleared their head, and then they get up and, a couple more shots. Next thing you know, the fight's over. So he showed tremendous poise and awareness and making sure that he had himself together, had his bearings about him before he got up. Got up, shortly thereafter, he had AJ on his back pockets. So, just like that, he evened the score in that round. And then he dropped AJ again in the same round. Come out the fourth round, he kind of took his foot off the gas and kind of wanted to make sure he didn't, he didn't run out of steam himself trying to get AJ out of there. He kind of let AJ get himself back together. But I'm not going to rehash the whole fight. That's just the most exciting part of the fight, other than the knockout, the stoppage. So I had to rehash that right quick. But eventually what happened is, after a couple more knockdowns, AJ got got knocked down in the corner, got up, basically would not step to the referee. He spit his mouthpiece out. He laid on the ropes. The ref told him, this isn't a break. You need to, step to me, whatever. AJ wouldn't do it. He basically was sitting there laying on the ropes like a beaten fighter. He wanted to quit, and the ref obliged him and waved the fight off. Fight, in my opinion, if the fight went on, AJ was just going to continue to get dropped and get hurt and probably take unnecessary damage, that he shouldn't take. Okay? So, once again, big respect. Big shout out to Andy Ruiz. He did his thing. Andy Ruiz called Eddie Hearn. This is what Eddie Hearn said, that Andy Ruiz reached out to him begging for this fight. Ruiz knew going in that he could stop AJ, that he could beat AJ. He begged for the fight, and everybody, all these news outlets, old media, whatever, they wanted to crap on Ruiz about his physique, said AJ may as well be fighting Butterbean, so forth and so on. Say what you want. Ruiz might have came into that fight looking like Kirby, but he was in there wrecking it like Wreck-It Ralph. Had AJ stumbling all over the ring like a drunk wino from the third round on. And all those muscles and that physique that makes you guys who don't really watch boxing, and don't really break down fights and really assess footage, a lot of you guys sit there and look at that and look at this man's physique and say that, well, there's no way this guy can hang with this guy, and you're wrong. You guys need to stop listening to these trolls that tell you what you don't know about boxing, and sit there and fill your head up with a bunch of nonsense and start watching for yourself and make your own assessments. Stop just believing what these guys say as being gospel. The reality is styles make fights. Andy Ruiz had a style that AJ had no answer for. All of AJ's so-called great fundamentals, his so-called being such a good technician and tactical boxer, all of that went out the window. Ruiz was the better technician in there. Ruiz controlled the fight. He dictated the pace. He was the ring general in there, and he looked to be the bigger puncher. If he wasn't the bigger puncher, he was the better at taking the punches in there. You know, AJ knocked Ruiz down with a hook. In the third, he hit Ruiz again with that same hook later in the fight, and Ruiz ate it. And after he ate that hook, he started knocking AJ all over the ring with body shots. AJ has zero stamina. He has a weak chin, and he doesn't have a whole lot of heart when it going gets tough in a fight. And mentally, psychologically, he was already a beaten fighter before he got to the ring. You know, I don't know what went on in his camp. You know what I'm saying? There are rumors that he was taking a beating in camp. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. I don't care about none of that. My whole point is, psychologically, he had some issues going on. He had to hire a sports psychologist before the fight. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, if you're that mentally fragile, boxing may not be the sport for you. You know, AJ had all that success earlier. I said that in a video a couple weeks ago. AJ had great success with a bunch of asterisks, but no one wants to acknowledge the asterisks. All those bogus stoppages he had, you know, and then the other thing, there's too much praise. Y'all built this kid up to be some unstoppable force and tried to make him be something that he wasn't. And then now that he's been beat by a guy that was brought in as cannon fodder to help him look good in his U.S. debut. Yeah, Big Baby Miller popped dirty and that fight got canceled. And that was the guy AJ was fighting. But the question should have been, why in the world was AJ coming over here fighting Big Baby Miller in the first place, who hadn't even had a step-up fight? Miller hadn't fought anyone of substance, you know what I'm saying, to that point. He did nothing to be in a position to be fighting for 3 titles. But that's the guy that AJ chose to come over here and debut against. And it was a fight that had been building for a whole year. We knew that fight was going to happen. And then when that didn't happen, they acted as if they wanted to fight Ortiz. You know, for whatever reason, that didn't come to fruition. Ortiz already had plans with Wilder or whatnot, whatever the case may be. But then Andy Ruiz, who had been raising his hand saying, hey, pick me, I'll fight him. And, you know, Ruiz got the shot. You know, so Ruiz went in there and seized the moment. He seized the opportunity. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care about those who say that if we putting AJ down, we making Wilder look bad because Wilder didn't fight him. Wilder did everything he could to get that fight. Bottom line was, AJ never wanted to fight Wilder. If you want to know why, look at this fight tonight. AJ cannot take flush shots to the chin from a puncher. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder has too much fluidity, too much athleticism. He lets his hands go far too much. He's a lot faster puncher. His shots get there a lot quicker than AJ's. Ruiz has fast hands, throws great combinations. He's very short compared to guys like AJ and Wilder, but he got the job done. And a part of the problem was AJ was bending his knees too much, bringing himself down to Ruiz's level, and Ruiz made him pay for it. So before y'all come out hating on Wilder or come in this video dropping comments and sneak this and Wilder saying, you know, Wilder this, Wilder that. Bottom line is Wilder tried to make the fight. He couldn't get it. Now we know why. Well, I mean, I always knew why. But now you guys know why, if you've been in denial all this time, because you haven't been watching boxing. You haven't been looking at film. You haven't been looking at what one guy does well and what another guy does well, and how what one guy does well plays into the other guy's hand. That is what Ruiz saw. That is why Ruiz clamored for this fight. That's why he came into this fight on short notice after having fought in April. I think it was April 20th he fought. Quick turnaround, fought again. He went in there and done the job. The man deserves all the respect and adoration in the world. Like I said, first Mexican-American heavyweight champion, and he deserves whatever he gets as a result of that. Big respect, big shout out, Andy Ruiz. Hey, once again, shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to my subs. Anyone has subs to the channel, I ask you to please subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Hit that like button for me. Drop a comment in the comment section if you want to. This D-Lo 404 Boxing. That's my video. I'm out of here. Peace.